Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great day or evening wherever you are around the world, listening to my channel and my latest video here. This video that I'm going to make now relates to the truth. And I believe that the truth is a part of the White Hat Alliance and Galactic Alliance plan, which needs to be considered more importantly about. Some of you who may have listened to the second video I ever made on this channel, entitled "A Plea to the White Hat and Alliance Leadership," went into the subject of truth. So this is going to be the second video on this subject on this channel, but it's never been so important than it is right now, considering the length of time that this movie pantomime has been played out on the planet. I believe unnecessarily. All right, so I'll go into why I think that is unnecessary, that the length of time this nightmare is continuing, and it's becoming a nightmare now for so many people on this planet. And it could have been cut so short just by having a different perspective in the overall plan with regard to truth. So I'm hoping that this plea, the second plea I'm going to make to the White Hat and the Alliance, this time will be listened to and comprehended by them, and that they can perhaps alter their plan to encompass the ideas and the reality of how truth works in this universe. All right. So let me begin. Just hold on a minute while I get my notes ready here. Yeah, by the way, I'm using this new app on Zoom. I thought I'd try it out because this is a very important subject. So I want to be able to read notes rather than just walk out outside and bring it all in from the ether of the mind, so to speak. All right, so my plea is to end the pantomime or show being played out around the planet now. The EBS or EAS and full disclosure need to be activated urgently, because the longer the subterfuge continues, the greater the suffering, and the longer the deep state is able to duck and dive, pretending they still have a chance to enslave us all. The current cat and mouse game being played is pointless. I've heard many say that it has been done this way to wake up people. My answer to that is the best way to wake people up. The best way to wake people up is to tell them the truth. After all, the old adage, "the truth will set you free," is a self-evident truth and is clearly stated in all of the religious and philosophical teachings of planet Earth and throughout the universe, in fact. The truth never hurt anyone as long as the evidence is clear. And the evidence should be clear to avoid any confusion. The truth and honesty are always the best policy. Allowing lies and evil to persist for longer than necessary could be bordering on being complicit and in agreement with such. It was getting to that stage before when I made my second video on this channel, which is on this exact subject. And it certainly is the case now, given the recent Maui event. So action needs to take place overtly around the planet to reveal the truth of what is going on. The covert operation needs to end immediately. The EBS and full disclosure to the world is required now. And in support of this, let me answer this question. So why does the truth work? Well, we are all a part of Source, the Supreme Being, God. Therefore, we are inherently and intrinsically truth. Therefore, we all inherently know the truth because we are this universe. We all manifest it within and as a part of Source. Therefore, when a human is confronted with the truth, he or she inherently recognizes it as truth, and it therefore will not harm anyone. In fact, the truth raises everyone's frequency. Therefore, the Alliance needs to realize the greatest weapon they possess against the deep state, the cabal, and evil is the truth. They have not been using this weapon effectively by tiptoeing through the tulips around the truth and slow dripping it out. As I said, this is only prolonging unnecessary suffering for humanity. And let me say that some people seem to think that, that by revealing the truth is going to be detrimental to the health of some of us, of the unawakened. Well, let me tell you this is not the case, because as I said earlier, the truth releases spiritual energy, and everyone intrinsically and inherently knows the truth when they hear it, especially when it's backed up with very clear evidence, as the Alliance have. All right, so evil and lies can only persist and have power in the absence of truth. Just check my notes here again, hold on. Evil and lies can easily be destroyed or negated in the full light of the truth. By revealing the truth, along with all the evidence, the evil deep state agenda will be ended abruptly because the world population will have the knowledge to not comply with their subterfuge and lies. Mass non-compliance around the world ends their evil agenda within a week. That evil agenda will literally go poof. It will just dissipate like the misty pockets on Earth's ever-changing floors as the morning light of truth rises from the darkness before. Perhaps the White Hat and Alliance leadership believe that if they go mainstream with the truth and evidence of the deep state's evil agenda and crimes too abruptly, they will retaliate by attempting to pull off a major world mass casualty event. Well, the Maui direct energy weapon mass casualty attack should be evidence that this approach is seriously flawed and is proof that what I'm saying should be correct. So from my perspective, and with what I know about how the laws of this universe work, that would not have happened. That attack would not have happened. These types of attacks cannot happen after the revelation of the truth. Let me go into why. Because as soon as their evil is exposed worldwide and the majority of the world's population knows the truth, any power the deep state had will immediately dissipate, and they will be rendered powerless because their power is derived only from humanity's ignorance. An awake human race is their biggest fear, and an awake human race is the Alliance's greatest weapon. The world they tricked humanity into believing was real is built on lies and subterfuge. So throw the rock of truth at that illusion, and it collapses, just like a rock passing through a pane of glass. Let me explain how the laws of the universe work with what I have been saying about this strategy. The truth sets you free. Therefore, by enlightening the world with the truth, the White Hats and Alliance leadership would have empowered a majority of spiritual beings, humanity, or viewpoints with the same knowledge or truth worldwide. This truth exists in a much higher frequency and liberates pure spiritual energy from being entangled in lies, deceit, and confusions, and therefore immediately begins creating a wave of unstoppable spiritual energy in the form of agreed reality of truth, which would be like putting God's timeline on steroids, bringing it into certain reality the moment that level of world spiritual commonality of the truth was realized. So with the EBS and full disclosure, this would happen within days. The point I'm trying to make here is that by raising the world's spiritual frequency, by revealing the truth, it is a very liberating, and the more liberated or free a spiritual being is, the closer we are collectively. And the power we have, either as a species in bodies, as humans, or as a family of spiritual beings without bodies, is increased exponentially. And the illusion of separateness between all of us as souls becomes less apparent the closer that frequency gets to the frequency of our Creator, who is the ultimate truth. So, imagine the unstoppable spiritual power of an enlightened world population fully behind the World White Hat and Galactic Alliance operation. Yes, evil worldwide would be stopped in its tracks within days. So it's a no-brainer to me when you know how truth works. It is the ultimate solvent of evil, deception, and lies, and releases spiritual energy and frequency accordingly. And that means the war is over. It's finished. Kaput. Well, I guess that concludes my plea to the good guys, leading our righteous charge toward freedom, justice, and truth. Remember, it doesn't take many free beings like you to agree with this plea for it to be heard and understood by the good guys. So please like, share, and subscribe to my video so we can collectively make a difference and get this nightmare on this planet over with sooner rather than later. Let the new world based around Jasara, QFS, and the global currency reset, which awaits us all, get underway as well. Because if they did have any, if the Alliance and Galactic Alliance did have any fears of the truth causing chaos, well, the release of Jasara, the QFS, and the global currency reset would certainly allay that, because people would know that they're saved. And with that, they would know also that the Alliance, with the release of the truth, they would know that it is the truth, because what they could see coming through Jasara, QFS, and the GCR would be proof of that as well. So thank you for taking the time to listen. Love, peace, truth, justice, and prosperity to all. Archangel Q out. Thank you.